sometimes happen, especially on public transport. I fucking
Especially as like a girl, like I probably should.
That is if I don't get cancelled before then.
My face pisses me off. No,
Understand me and feel understood.
I don't want to go there.
I don't know what size she is at all. But like when you're eating out of the bin, when am I going to be happy? You know?
I've learned a lot about myself, and that is the fact that like basically like it's really hard to explain, but I need to like I basically learned to unlearn all the things that I've learned. Basically, like for instance, there was a time in my life, like I know this is going to sound really bad and I probably shouldn't admit it, but there was a time in my life where I was like, I genuinely was convinced that I was, well, like it's no new news that I lack certain emotions that I should typically have, especially as like a girl, like I probably should. However, I like in terms of like affection and also just being emotional, like I'm actually just not. And for a very long time I take this with a pinch of salt, but I have certain emotions and I'll just be very much like, oh yeah, like I wouldn't get upset, I wouldn't get angry, I wouldn't get happy, I wouldn't get like anything. I just kind of just, I was like basically monotone for the like a large portion of my life, and I'm working on that slowly. Like I'm trying to be more like, like I'm trying to like, well not even like, I'm trying to understand people's emotions a little bit more as well, because I realized that it's like not a very good trait to have when like, it's really hard to explain, but like, you know how people say like, even in like, people say this usually in relationships, but like I think that it goes in life in general, like communication is really important, and like you're supposed to communicate if something is like, you know, bugging you or you're feeling some type of way. However, with me, I just actually rather not communicate. Like I actually rather not say anything, and I'd rather not talk about anything, and I'd rather just sit there. And that's why I realized, like that's why I ghost people, like that's why it takes me so long to reply to people's messages. And just also like when conflicts happen in my life, like I just rather not take it on. Like I'd rather just run from the problem. And there's actually like, there isn't anything wrong with it, it's just, well there is, because it just means I'm just like, I just wasn't mature enough to like actually take it on head on. Like for instance, if I had like an issue at work, I would just kind of try to cover it up as long as possible, or just try to fix it by myself. Like for instance, I really hate asking for help. Like I hate asking for help. When it comes to like being independent, that's the only thing that I want, and that's the only thing that I think that like I'm good at, if that makes sense. Oh fuck. Like I only think I'm really good at being, like I think it's just a lot easier, like the more, it's hard to explain, but the more people you put in your life and the more people you care about, that gives more people opportunity to leave. And no one's left my life, but I just don't want to get like close to anyone just in case they do. Like even in friendship, like I've had some really good friendships and they just disappear, and I'm just like, oh shit. Like, and then you get to a point where you just think to yourself, maybe I'm the problem, and I just rather not. But the one thing that like I've learned is that, well, I really hate this word, and the word is trauma. I hate the word trauma. I think it's the most, for some reason, for a very long time, I thought it was the most degrading word that's ever existed, like trauma. Like I hate it so incredibly much. But I realized the truth is, like, I think that I'm like a piece of cake. Instead of using the word trauma, I think a really good way of thinking of life and just bad things that happen to you is like a piece of cake, right? It's a piece of cake that you don't like. So you try it, it could be like a vanilla, well, everyone likes vanilla, right? But like it could be, I don't know, fucking, what cake do I not like? Like banana cake. I don't like banana cake. So I think of life as banana cake. So I take a bite and I don't like it. I don't fuck with it. It's actually not hitting the way it's supposed to hit. What you're supposed to do with that piece of cake that you don't like, you're supposed to do something with it, right? Either you throw it away, or you give it to someone else, or you take it head on and you eat it, and then you eat it so much to the point where you actually enjoy eating it. But the way that I think of trauma is, instead of taking that piece of cake and actually using it in a way that you're supposed to, I just let it sit in the fridge and let it roll, right? And gonna become sweet. It's not gonna become a different flavor of cake. just by me making it sit in the fridge. Like it's gonna turn into something else, and what it's gonna turn into is a rotten piece of cake in the fridge. That's all trauma is. So if I actually don't like, it's hard to explain, but if you don't actually take it heads on and like think about like why you feel that way and why you're doing that, you're going to have a rotten piece of cake in your fridge. And all it does, if you don't take that rotten piece of cake out of the fridge, it's just going to carry on rotting, and it's going to manifest more. You're going to get flies, you're going to get parasites, you're going to get mold, and do you know what it does? When there's a little bit of mold in the cake, in the fridge, it makes everything else, it makes all the other food disgusting. So that's what I've learned about myself. I've learned that instead of like hiding away and just not talking about things, I need to actually take it heads on, and I actually need to like start thought that being strong means I have a disgusting taste in my mouth. I've just licked that, it tastes disgusting. What was I saying? Okay, even though I'm running late, I'm not running late to the point where like I need to wake up at 4:30 and leave the house at 6 a.m. So this is making me feel very, very happy, because I can leave, like, I can technically leave 20 minutes before I need to get to work. And oh my god, do you remember the days where I was like commuting 2 hours, and because I needed to leave and drive there and park and then this and that, I can just take 2 trains now and I'm there, you know. If we are going into work, however I have some important interviews and stuff, so what was I doing? Oh, let me pack my bag. Yeah, also I kind of want to sightsee London a little bit and just like go and see stuff, and just like, because I haven't left the house since moving in. I have not left the house since moving. I mean, I've gone to like round the corner, but that's it. So yeah, we're gonna do stuff today. So pretty, and it's so bright, and it's so sunny. I can't wait for summer. That's what I can't wait for. Actually running really late to my interview, but I can't help but notice this, like, it's a beautiful park, and it's so like relaxed and chill here. Oh my god. But I'm nervous. I think I'm gonna throw up or maybe shit myself or something like that. Incredibly nice, and now I'm really, really nervous, and now I think I'm definitely gonna. Oh no, I don't wanna go there. I'm really nervous. Can you see me or not? I've just been here, and I've decided to come and journal, because that is my newest favourite thing to do. That is to journal. I love it now. I love it so incredibly much. When I first started, I was like, oh my god, this is the worst thing in the entire world, and now I love it. So one prompt, I'm going to give you a prompt, and you are going to start journaling, and that prompt is, what is one obstacle, what is one thing that you're not challenging yourself more to do? That's it. Coming from me, because I used to be one of those people that genuinely thought it was so thin. Like, I used to think journaling was so Ben, I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to literally read it and be like, oh my god, it's literally the weirdest thing in the entire world, but it's the best thing I've ever done and I've ever started. Because the thing is, one thing for me is, I get very anxious and I get very like scared to do certain things, and the best things that I could have done for myself
myself was journaling, because think about it like this: we have so many thoughts and so many different things that we do on a daily basis that we don't regulate, we don't think about. By journaling and just writing it out, you are able to understand your feelings a lot more. Like, one thing I would do is I would feel a certain way. Like, sometimes I feel very guilty with my thoughts and the way that I think. But if you write down why you're feeling like that and how something happened, if you write down the way that something happened and the way that made you feel, you would understand your feelings a lot more. Because I would never understand the way that I thought, and I just thought that was really weird, and I was like, I have problems. But you need to start journaling it and understanding why you feel like that. So start journaling, because it's the best thing in the entire world. Everyone was looking at me, and even now, like think about it. I vlog in public, I make videos in public, I talk in public. Like, do you know how crazy that is for me? And that was one obstacle. Like, I would find it very, very difficult. Also, like, I'm very awkward, so like in real life, like talking to people I find very difficult. But an obstacle I did was give it a fuck. Like, that is the best way to put it, because if you actually think about it like this, we are all going to end up 6 feet under. Simple as. Like, and I would constantly feel like I just wanted to make everyone proud, and the minute that I stopped caring and wanting to make everyone understand me and feel understood is when I just started caring a lot less and just being actually a lot more happier. And I used to get very frustrated with myself. I'm home now and I need to find a bus. I don't actually know how to get back home, if I'm being completely honest with you. I absolutely hate using public transport. I hate it. Like, the reason why I was like, oh, let me quickly learn how to drive is because I hate public transport so much. I hate trains, I hate buses, I hate the whole lot of them. And my dumbass, I moved to a place where only they use public transport, and I hate it so much because it's awful. Because first of all, before anyone thinks, oh, I'm like a spoiled little brat, that's the reason why I hate public transport. No, I am a POS. I'm a person of colour, okay? I don't know if you know this, but in London, a lot of hate crimes happen, especially on public transport. And I fucking hate it because I'm literally sitting on someone's lap, and I'm like, it's okay, actually. It's actually all okay. I don't know, I'm getting angry. Okay, I had to buy a new pair of headphones because my devilish sister stole my headphones, and I feel like such a loser. Like, I feel like such a weirdo without wired headphones. I don't know why, but it just really bugs me. So like, one piece of advice I have for you is, if you have sisters, if you ever come across my sister, don't have anything nice. Don't ever think about having anything nice, because she will steal it. Speaking of my sister, I'm here to look for a present for her because her birthday's in a couple of days and I don't know what she likes. Like, she's at a very weird age where, like, I don't know if it's too young for her, too old for her, I have no idea, but we're gonna look for something, hopefully. I need to maybe get her like a pair of Converses like that, maybe. These are so cute. And obviously, like, I mean, especially when I was like, what, 15, 16, I loved Converses. Like, that's what I lived in, and I've given her my old pair, so I'm thinking maybe to get her these, but I don't know if she'll like the bows, but I think they're cute. I would still wear them. I just don't wear shoes like this anymore. And the only problem is they're only 45. I don't know what size she is. Will she like them? Or I could get her maybe sunflowers. The pair that I gave her had sunflowers on them, so she might be like, no, but I don't know what size she is at all. I think she might like these though, honestly. Or I could just get normal, like, black pair. Like, I think, how old is she turning? She's turning like 13. I don't actually know what age she's turning. I know that she's at an age where she thinks she's better than me in every single way. So yeah, I could get her these. What do you think? These 7. Okay, I need to find out what size she is before I get any shoes, but I think I might get the white ones because I think they're cute. The only thing is that the Velcro might be a bit too young, and my dad might be like, what the hell? But these are like what kids wear, right? I'm an old lady, so I actually don't know what people wear. Like, I know that she wants a pair of Air Forces. I had a girl, it was a really bad time in my life, do not judge me, but I had a pair of Air Forces. So I've come now to get some pots and pans because I have nothing to cook in, and honestly this shit's expensive as fuck. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, even like I was thinking to get like just a tiny one, and this is 10 bumperclot pounds. Oh my god, I actually can't. And you might think, oh wow, I'm being really tight, and the thing is, I don't mind spending my money, but like when you're eating out of the bin, you don't actually have £10 to spend on a pan. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you, like £20, and it's such a tiny pan. I'm gonna have to buy one, but I'm just like, fuck. Okay, so now I've come into Superdrug to buy some makeup because I want to film a makeup tutorial, but the only problem is all my makeup is near enough finished, and I found literally the most amazing shade in the entire world. Look at this. Can you see that? Can you see that? It's so incredibly pretty. It's in the shade Jam Session. There's this one, NYX Butter Gloss, or this one. No idea the BBC was right there. For some reason I thought the HQ was like this magical place that was like far away from me. It's literally opposite. Okay, I was not aware of that. It's literally in the middle of London. I don't know why I'm so intrigued by the BBC. Actually, give your girl 5 years and she'll be on the BBC, okay? Trust in me. As soon as I stop struggling with motivation, I actually get my fat ass up and actually make like content. Trust in me, I'll be famous. I will be. I'm gonna take on the world. I will. That is if I don't get cancelled before then, because the likelihood of me being cancelled within a year is very high, because I said some dumb shit and I'm just like, oh. even sometimes I catch myself off guard, so let's just pray that I don't get cancelled within then. Okay, I found a way to make miso soup taste a lot nicer, and you add chicken broth. That's what it is. I have perfected the cheesecake. What you're supposed to do is add what's it called? Add yogurt and then add in my brain is not working. Add in yogurt and then add in cream cheese, and there's a big spoon, and mix that up. Mix it up like that. I have to add the cream cheese, but if you want to, you can, because it tastes exactly like cheesecake. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't got time to make actual cheesecake, and then I'm gonna fit that in. Break the biscuits up, stuff them in, okay? Stuff them in. Stuff them in. Yes, get it, girl. Get it. Oh my god, look at that. It's literally so pretty. Wow. Ready? Let's try it. I put some Biscoff spread in it this time because I want to be a little bit fancy. Bismillah. It's just so good. It's so good. I'm so tired. Do you know what? This Ramadan's been really weird for me. Like, it hasn't felt like any other. Like, I don't know why, but when I was younger, I was really I used to get so excited for it, and then now it just feels so weird. And I think because of all the crazy stuff that's happening in the world, like a war going on, and we're just in the middle of it, and it just feels like, you know, when you just feel like hopeless, like there's nothing that you can do. I don't know, it feels really weird. And then also the Epstein files have come out, and just in the whole thing just feels so weird, and I don't know why, but like even like I don't know, I just feel like very guilty. Like it's hard to explain, but I just feel so like one thing about me is I hate feeling standstill, and when I feel like there's nothing going on in my life, I always feel like I either need to create problems or like fix them. And right now I just feel like I feel very content and I feel very happy, but at the same time I always want more, and I think that's the worst thing about myself. Like I'm always striving for more, and I think that you could dumb it down to me being like ambitious, but at the same time it's just very much like, when am I going to be happy, you know? Like, oh, like I'll do one thing and then I want something else. Like I'm constantly just chasing for like another thing to do, and I just really hate that about myself. But I just don't want to feel like I always just feel like I'm in constant fear of feeling left behind, and I don't know why, but this Ramadan's felt so weird. Like I've really been like, it just doesn't feel the same. It just feels so weird and just so like usually I get very motivated, but this year like I just haven't, and I think because of like all the stuff that's been coming out, it's just a lot easier not to want to, like you almost feel as if like being so insignificant in such a big world where there's so much going on, and I'm here eating like a cheesecake in front of a mirror. Like it just feels so like weird. I don't know, like I've been thinking about like becoming like a hijabi, but at the same time I don't know why, but in the back of my head I'm always just so very scared, and I just don't like the thought. I don't like being perceived, and I don't like the thought of people feeling as if they know me, because you don't actually know me. Like you don't know me because I don't know myself, if that makes sense. So I just don't like the thought of people knowing me, and I know that like the hijab isn't going to be one of those things where it's like, yeah, people are going to perceive me, but they always are going to judge you.
But the one I'm using, I'm using the Sensitiva pore minimizing foaming face wash. I have moon craters for pores, so it's actually helped a lot, and I can tell that like, or especially like around my cheeks, I don't know why they get so big. Like recently I've been looking actually extra ugly, which that in itself I don't know how to feel about. I don't know, it could be, I don't know what it could be actually, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it because I know that I go through those stages where I just think I'm like the ugliest human being alive, and it's okay. That's okay to feel that way sometimes, you know? And especially because like what I do is I go on social media and I look, I don't know what it is, but my For You page is just full of pretty girls. Like it is just full of pretty girls. Like there's a point where it was just full of baking and then like gardening and like recipes and stuff, and now it is just pretty girls, and I'm like, I don't mind it obviously, but at the same time I'm just like shit, because these girls are like 21, they're all 21, or they're all younger than me, and I'm like, oh my god, like they look actually amazing, and I just look like this little. The one thing about also being short is clothes do not look the same. Like clothes aren't actually like, unless you buy like petite clothes, they just don't fit the same, they don't look the same. So I just end up looking like I just look compact in everything I wear, and it's so annoying. It could be everything, but I've just been looking extra funky recently. Looking like this when you need to understand that I post lifestyle content, meaning that I post stuff about my life, whether that's beauty or that's fashion or that's relatable or that's just stuff that's happening in my life. So I don't really mind it, but at the same time I feel like maybe I should, because shit, I look insane. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sometimes my face pisses me off. No. Oh my god, what are you talking about? Stop it. Why are you saying those mean things to yourself? See, but like here, like my pores have near enough. They are minimizing slowly. They're slowly minimizing, very, very slowly, but they're getting there. There's too many good-looking people. What's gonna happen? Like the world will just be, you know, I'm making the world a better place by looking this way. Yeah. The best moisturizer, especially if you have like dry skin, is this. It's the 345 Relief Cream by Dr. Athena. I have really dry skin, especially like during winter, it gets very, very bad. So this is like the best moisturizer for that. I've only been able to get it from like Korean shops, and now you can get it basically everywhere. So yeah, do you know what? Do you know what I was thinking about today? I was thinking about how much I actually really hate hypocritical people. I hate people that are actual hypocrites, because it is the worst. You're worse than actually being like, people that are arrogant, people that are hypocrites. I just don't like you. And honestly, the world is becoming just a place full of hypocrites and arrogant people. Like, I want to make it very, very clear that if you're, first of all, one thing that I live my life by is I do not take advice from someone who isn't living the life that I want to live. For instance, if you're not living the life that I want to live, I'm not going to listen to your advice, and I think that it's completely fine, and I'll hear you out and I'll understand like why you're saying that. But I don't think that I need to take it heads on, especially if you yourself are a hypocrite. I'm so incredibly sorry, but if you have made if you for instance, if you smoke, if you drink, if you've been with every single girl there is, or every single guy, something along the lines of that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to live my life to that, I'm not going to take advice from you. I'm so incredibly sorry, because you've made every mistake under the sun, and you're not saying it from a place of I'm saying it so you don't get burned. You're saying it from a place of, oh, like, you're just being a hypocrite, basically. I don't like that. I really, really don't. And I do not like arrogant people. People that think that for some unknown reason, they're better than you. I'm literally like, when it comes to my place in the world, I know where I am. And I stick to that. I know that I'm not the best person. I know that I'm not the prettiest person. I know that I'm not the smartest person. I know that I'm not the best person, so I stick to that, and I always every day try to get better. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be the runt of the litter and then think that you're better than everyone else and still be arrogant. It doesn't make sense to me, because recently I've been coming across a lot of those people, and I think that the best thing is, like, one thing that I do is when I meet new people, I either I don't think this is a wrong thing. I either meet them and I'm like, I actually want to, I don't want to be exactly like you, but there are certain things that you'll meet about someone and you're like, I want to take that from you. Like, you have like such a nice, gentle personality. I want to take that bit from you. And likewise, I think it's okay to meet certain people in your life and be like, I actually don't want to be anything like you. And I think that's what, like, I think us being the age that we are now, that's the best part about it, because we can build our personality and like understand the type of person that we are, and that's the best thing about it, you know. I don't think that we have to, oh my god, I literally can't write this in, fucking hell. You know, we can choose that, but the problem is one thing about me is I don't know, maybe I could potentially come across very like mean and arrogant and just like a very mean person, but I try my absolute hardest not to, and I try my absolute hardest to be like, I always think to myself, like, sometimes I lay there at night, I'm like, I'm actually not a good person. Like, for instance, I sometimes, like, not every single day, but I sometimes lie, and one thing that really well, no, let me make something very clear. I'm a very, very honest person. However, if I make tiny little mistakes, and I just don't like that, and I think that that's something that like I definitely can work on, and that's what this portion of my life is just figure out the things that I do like and the things that I don't. But I just don't like arrogant people. I just don't think that there's something so nice and so special about I think it's completely fine to meet people in your life and just be like, I actually don't want to be anything like you. Not in a mean way, not in a, oh, like I'm better than you. I think that, for instance, I do not like angry people. Like, I don't like naturally angry people or people that feel the need to raise their voice, even in just normal conversations. I understand getting frustrated or angry, but there's a way to regulate your emotions, and there's a way of doing it, and I just don't like angry people. For instance, there are people that I've met in my life that are just naturally angry, and I don't want to take that part of you. I much rather, you know, understand why I'm feeling like that and just talk about, because the thing is, I don't think people realise that when I was younger, I did get bullied, right? And I know it might sound really like pathetic and sad, but words genuinely do hurt. And I think that especially in the generation we live in, like I will go on someone's comments and I'll see like a girl just doing a normal like makeup routine and she's just living her life, and she might not be the most stereotypical like pretty girl, and then so then because she's not that, people being mean to her, and she's like she's just showing that she's just showing one of her passions. That's all it is. Like there's actually nothing else to it, and I don't get why people are so I don't get why people feel so entitled to their opinion. You know, like I don't need your opinion, especially if it's not going to be constructive criticism or like help in any kind of way. If you're just going to be mean, I don't need your opinion. And that's one thing that I've learned so many things today. I go to bed now, but thank you so much for watching today's video.